Greetings, everyone. I've been asked from time to time, how do you get your clients to follow your directives, your strange rituals, your tasks, your homework? Because there's a feeling from a lot of therapists I talk to that they don't quite have the courage to ask, or they're really afraid that the client just won't do the task. And so it's really very simple. It's how I offer it. First, there's got to be good rapport, connection, that good therapeutic alliance, so the client knows that I have their best interest at heart. If they don't believe that I'm there to help them, they're not going to do what I ask them to do. But second, one of the things that have helped me in the past is I try to overcome any objection of an emotional kind they may have before I even tell them what I want them to do. So, for example, maybe I will phrase something like this to the client. In just a minute, I'm going to ask you to do something after you leave the office today. Now, this may shock you, this may anger you, this may confuse you. What I'm going to ask you to do may be so much that you're going to back away and say, no way am I ever going to do that. You may resist with every fiber in your being about doing this task. You may want to storm out of this therapy room and never talk to me again. You may want to just tell everyone that therapist is a crazy man. He's someone shouldn't even be practicing. So I just want to tell you up front, before I tell you what I want you to do, I want to acknowledge that you may feel that way. And then I tell them what I want them to do, and 9 out of 10 times they do it. Now, why? Well, here's the big thing. If you, as again, take away all those objections and set them to the side, you've already answered how the worst case scenario of how they could feel. There's not that automatic reaction that they might have to something when you ask them to maybe go buy paint and paint one room in their house a different color than the rest of the house, as a therapeutic directive or one of those strange things I may do. But the other thing is, if I make it so much to where it's almost over the top when I'm introducing it, whatever I give them is going to seem kind of minor in the delivery. So if they are in their mind, they're hearing all this, oh my God, what's he going to ask me to do? Is he going to, sacrifice my firstborn, shave my head and join the French Legion, the Foreign Legion? I don't know. It's like, no, no. And then when I give them the directive, 9 out of 10 times, it's so much lower, how do I put this, not as threatening. So they're more inclined to say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Now, if they just don't want to do it, okay, that's fine, but I don't want them to feel like it's something that they're blindsided by. So if I kind of build it up and up and up and up, and then I give it, and it's far less than what they were expecting, the defenses are actually come down. It's kind of paradoxical, and then they're so much more inclined to want to do this. So an example would be a client I had that I wanted him. It was kind of a coaching thing, not so much a therapy, but a coaching thing. He had some issues with a business partner, and he was afraid to kind of terminate that partnership, not because it was for the good of the business, because he just didn't want to hurt the guy's feelings. So I, was talking to him, listening to him, and finally I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask you to do something when you leave here. And this is going to sound crazy. This is going to be so over the top that you're instantly going to want to say no. You may say, that's it, I'm never going back to talk to that guy again. He's beyond help, this guy. He thinks he's helping me, but he's nuts. There's no way I would ever consider doing anything like this. This would be too much for anybody. I'm done. I don't want to be here. He's just psycho. He's crazier than his own patients or whatever. And of course the guy's kind of looking at me going like, well, what is this? And then when I did my spiel and got to the end, I said, so here it is what I'm asking you to do. wants you to go home when you leave here. And I want you to write every bad thing that this business partner has done on a piece of paper. And I want you to put it up on the walls, each piece of paper on the walls of a room. And on the other wall, I want you to write all the things that this decision to end the partnership will cost you. And I want you to put it on the other wall. And then on the third wall, I want you to write and put it all up on the wall, what it will gain. What will the positives of ending the partnership? And on that fourth wall of that 4-wall room, I want you to leave that blank, clear, to see what might emerge. So he's kind of looking at me going like, it's not quite as crazy as I was expecting, but okay, yeah, I'll do it. And he went away and did it, and then, he had a little shift in how he was thinking and that kind of thing. So the whole point of this, to tell you, was when you build it up like that in a fun but respectful way of, making it a little bit much, and then when you finally get to the point to where the clients might even going to say, okay, all right, whatever, just tell me. Watch how much easier it is for them to follow the directive. So anyway, have fun with this. If this was helpful, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe if these videos you find them helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.